Hello guys, my name is Menoni. I am a professional portrait, wedding and product photographer based in northern Italy. And today I'm here to talk with you about the latest news in the Sony mirrorless world. What is new is that an Italian store has made available for pre-order the new Sigma lenses for Sony E-mount. It's 7 lenses for the moment, and we have now also the prices. They were not available until today. This is today's news, and what's more important is that the lenses are available for pre-order, so you can pre-order them. And let me list you the lenses that are available. From wide to long, it's the 14mm 1.8, the 20mm 1.4, the 24mm 1.4, the 35mm 1.4, the 50mm 1.4, the 85mm 1.4, and the 135mm 1.8. These lenses are exactly the same DSLR design that is already available for Canon and the Nikon mounts. The difference is that these lenses have the Sony electronics built into them, instead of being available via the MC11 adapter. The prices are a bit different compared to the Canon and Nikon versions. I will compare them to the Canon version that are for sale on the same store. So let's start with the widest and the most expensive of the lenses, the 14mm 1.8. The Sony E version is available for pre-order for 1,710 euros. There is no Canon version available on the website, I think because they are probably temporarily out of stock. So I compared with the Nikon version, and the Nikon version is for sale for 1,529. This makes a difference of 181 euros. But as you probably know, Nikon versions are usually a bit more expensive than Canon, so we don't really have a perfect figure, but I think it should be, the difference should be around 200 euros for this lens. The 20mm lens 1.4, the Sony version is for sale at 984 euros, as opposed to the Canon version that costs 852 euros, for a 132 euros difference. The 24 1.4 is for the Sony version is for sale at 840 euros, and this is the cheapest or the less expensive of the lenses. So like I said, 840 euros for the 24mm 1.4 Sony version. The Canon version is for sale at 733, for a difference of 107 euros. The 35mm 1.4, very popular lens, the Sony version is for sale at 964 euros, while the Canon version is for sale at 824, for a difference of 140. The 50mm 1.4, another very popular lens in the Sigma roster. The Sony version is for sale at 845 euros, while the Canon version is for sale at 687 euros. The difference is 158. The 85 1.4 Sony version is for sale at 1,235 euros, while the Canon version is for sale at 1,059 euros, for a difference of 176 euros. And finally, the 135 1.8 Sony version is for sale at 1,435 euros, while the Canon version is for sale at 1,285, for a difference of 150 euros. What strikes me about these numbers is that the difference in price between the Sony version and the Canon version is not constant. It changes quite substantially from one lens to another. The lens with the smaller difference is the 24 1.4, where the difference is only 107 euros, while the lens with the biggest difference is probably the 14. I say probably because, like I said, there's no Canon version for sale at the moment on the website. The Nikon version is 181 less expensive. If we take away this one, the biggest difference is in the 85 1.4, and the difference is 176 euros. Also, the proportion between the total price of the lens and the difference in price varies quite dramatically. For instance, the 50mm 1.4 in the Sony version costs 23% more than the Canon version, while the 135 costs only 11.6% more. So frankly, I don't know what to think. I mean, I have no idea why these prices are so different. I can figure it out honestly, and I have to say that I'm not really thrilled by this increase in price, because if you look at prices, the difference in price is only a bit smaller than the cost of one MC11 adapter. So I think probably the best bet is still to buy an MC11, one of them, and then buy the Canon version of the lens. Also because I have seen, I think it was Jason Wong's test of autofocus test of the new Sony version of the lenses, and I wasn't particularly impressed by the performance. I mean, I am used to the MC11 adapter with the Sigma lenses, because I used to own the 35mm, which I recently sold in order to buy my Alpha 7 R3, and also I still own the 20mm 1.4, which is a fantastic lens that I am not going to sell, and so I am quite used to the performance of the MC11, and I have to say that it doesn't look very different to what I have seen in the Jason Wong's test with the Sony E-mount lenses. So probably my guess is that these new lenses are actually just, these lenses with a built-in MC11 adapter. I don't think they have anything special to them compared to the MC11. So unless we will be proved the opposite with actual and more scientific tests with the new Sony versions, for the moment I think I would wait. I would wait to buy these lenses. I would wait and see if there is a substantial increase in performance with the Sony mount lenses compared to the Canon mount with the MC11. Because if the difference is small or even not existent, if the performance is more or less the same, then it doesn't make sense to spend for every lens something like 150 more or less euros more. If you want to buy several of these lenses, it makes more sense to buy one MC11 adapter and then buy the Canon versions. Also because I think that probably the Canon versions are still more, they still have a wider market in the used lenses market. I think that there are still a lot more Canon shooters than there are Sony shooters. So say you change your mind about one of the lenses and then you want to sell them, I think you have better chances to sell the Canon versions rather than the Sony versions at this moment in time. Maybe in 2 or 3 years this will change, but for the time being I think that probably the Canon version plus the MC11 adapter is still the better way to go if you want these lenses and if you don't want Sony native ones. Well, that's all for now. I think this is very interesting news, and please let me know what you think about in the comments below, and I will try to answer them all. Let me know what you think, if you are interested in buying these lenses with the Sony mount, or if you are going to prefer to buy the Canon version with the MC11 adapter, or maybe you're not interested at all in these lenses. Okay, that's all for now. Bye bye.